this was the week where the Senate failed to pass the John Lewis Voting Rights Act, which restores parts of the Voting Rights Act of 1965 that was gutted in 2013 by the Supreme Court, and then led to hundreds of new voting restrictions that disproportionately affect voters of color. Now, of course, it failed because two senators, Kyrsten Sinema of Arizona and Joe Manchin of West Virginia, they just love money. Like, they really like, some of us think we like money. They love money. And I get, I'm not trying to judge or be ableist. Some people just see, nothing but dollar signs when they get into power. But yes, of course, two Democrats didn't vote for it. That's why it didn't pass. And then you have Mitch McConnell, who very happy about that vote because his whole party is trying to take away. They did not like what happened in 2020. Not the stealing part, the actual voting part, because the stealing part didn't happen. And he was asked by a journalist about voters of color and how voters, how they feel and what he would tell them as, if they're afraid to attempt to vote, given that there are so many new barriers, or they're afraid they'll be turned away from voting. And here is what Senate Minority Leader and human weenus Mitch McConnell had to say when asked that question. Listen close.
Leader McConnell, what's your message for voters of color who are concerned that without the John L. Lewis Voting Rights Act, they're not going to be able to vote in the midterm?
Well, the concern is misplaced because if you look at the statistics, African American voters are voting in just as high a percentage as Americans.
Wow. African American voters are voting in as high as percentage as Americans, normal Americans, reg Americans.
Not even a Freudian slip. That's just a racism slip.
And I keep on trying to find what happened after this. I don't think there. He issued a statement apparently that was I stand by what I said. That was just in case you got confused. I mean, it's true. It's actually not true. There is a disparity between black voter turnout and white voter turnout. It depends, obviously, during the two Obama elections, that was not the case. But there you have it. Him just saying the quiet part out loud, being to the Americans. It reminds me of the SNL joke when Jeff Sessions or Kristen, no, not Kristen Wiig. Fuck, why am I blanking on her name? Kate McKinnon. She's like, there are two kinds of crime, regular and black. And it's just such a funny joke.
Yeah.
That's literally what he said. There are two kinds of voters, regular and black. That's what he said.
He looks as far as getting the looks that you deserve, he's one of those people. He's just the ugliest man in the world. And it's he's just so ugly inside that it just couldn't stay in there anymore. And the ugly had to just come out. He's an ugly guy. I feel bad for him that he's so ugly.
I feel bad for Elaine Chao, his wife. I don't actually feel bad for Elaine. I hate Elaine Chao, but I don't. I'm just this fool. He just openly said that, and it's meaningful, right? Because a lot of people, Toni Morrison said, everyone else in the United States has to use a hyphen except for white people. They're just American. Everyone else is a blank American, and it doesn't instill any kind of hope. I mean, I think, especially for communities that have historically been left out, disenfranchised, who then are well, it doesn't actually make a difference who I vote for, because whoever I vote for, nothing materially in my life is changing. And then to hear fucking Mitch McConnell say that is all right. It's full circle. This is why the Senate needs to be abolished, Will. This is why it needs to be abolished.
We live in a country where the Voting Rights Act needed to be restored. That's crazy. And then it didn't.
And then we didn't do it. What's going on, Frantifa? If you haven't already, subscribe to this channel right now. Hit that button. And also, you can become a patron and support the show every single week. Get access to bonus episodes and exclusive merchandise. Patreon.com/Bitchuation Room. Do it.